So after making a video about Naruto and Bleach filler, I feel like I have to make a video about One Piece filler too. But not filler like G9, cause I mean everybody talked about that. So I looked up what is the worst One Piece filler, and the two arcs that people said were the worst was the Rainbow Mist arc and the Ice Hunters arc. I thought I was only gonna have to watch one, but One Piece doesn't really have huge filler arcs like Naruto or Bleach, so I watched both of them. Starting with the Rainbow Mist arc. Okay, so this arc is right after Alabasta. So while the Straw Hats are leaving the island, they get chased by Marines, but they get away from the Marines and they decide to stop at this island for supplies. This island that definitely has a name that I definitely remember. Give me 1 second. This island called Ruluka. So Luffy goes to eat, Nami goes to like Saks Fifth or something. While Luffy is eating, he meets this guy called Henzo, who has been looking for this thing called the Rainbow Mist for years because it took his friend. But this nigga has been researching this shit for like a cool 40 years and he has nothing to show for it. And he don't got like a family, a hobby, some hoes. Like all this nigga does is research the Rainbow Mist. While Luffy is eating, he finds out that the mayor of this town is corrupt and he like taxes people for everything. The mayor's name is Wedden and he has like a son and a grandson to help him tax people. A long time ago, he was a pirate and raided the island and basically just became the mayor by force, which is also when Henzo's friends went into the Rainbow Mist because they was running from him. Which honestly, they might have been able to beat this nigga. They was low-key tossing him around. This nigga was not on shit and this was like his prime. I see why he became mayor. He would have got cooked in the New World. But Henzo finally finds the Rainbow Mist and he goes in there with Luffy, Zoro, Robin, and Usopp. While there, he finds his same friends from at this point like 40 years ago. And it turns out you don't age while in the Rainbow Mist. As kids, Henzo and his friends made this crew called the Pumpkin Pirates, which is a horrible name. And they also have a horrible Jolly Roger. Like, look at this shit. I'm glad these niggas got caught in the mist. This shit should never see the light of day. But Tenzo's friend, Rapa Nui, he's like the group leader, is mad at Tenzo because he's the scientist for the same pirate that raided their village, and I think he like killed their parents too. But Henzo says the reason he's working with him is because he needed the resources to research how to get his friends back. And the reason Wedden is paying for the research is because there's treasure in there and he wants to get it. After that, they become friends again until Luffy dumbass messes everything up and Wedden starts his plan to go and get the treasure. Every nigga in this filler got a dumbass name, by the way. They are like the most forgettable names on earth. And I'm like 90% sure I haven't heard any of these names when I was watching the filler. I'm pretty sure they making this shit up. But the plan starts and the Straw Hats stop it in like a cool 5 minutes because not a single one of these niggas can fight. Now they just gotta get out of the Rainbow Mist. So Rapa Nui and niggas sacrifice their life so Henzo and the crew can get out. But it turns out they also got out the mist too, but 50 years in the past. And they say the reason they didn't go and visit Tenzo is because they wanted to become high-ranking Marines first, so then they could capture Wedden. And honestly, y'all could have at least sent my nigga a letter. And it took y'all 50 years to become high enough ranking Marines that y'all could go after Wedden. This nigga's bounty is only 14 million. It only took Kobe like 3 years to become relatively high ranking. Alright, so the next arc is the Ice Hunters arc. So this arc is right after Enies lobby. While sailing, they run into this crew called the Phoenix Pirates, and Luffy noticing that these niggas are obviously broke as hell, offers them a meal. And after that, they try and poison the Straw Hats so they can give them to bounty hunters. Now see, the reason they want to give them to these bounty hunters is because in the New World, these niggas got their ass beat. Now see, the ass whooping was so bad that it sent these niggas back to the Grand Line and it put their captain out of commission. And it left their ship in this condition. They had to be putting belt to ass. And the bounty hunters that beat their ass also took their flag and is now telling them niggas what to do. And because they are scared and want their flag back, they are listening to every word they say. You know, me personally, I would have died for that flag, but you know, that's just me. So the crew, after realizing these niggas try to backdoor them, forces them back onto their own ship. They're about to leave them, but Chopper says he wants to treat their captain, so they bring the ship along with them. After a while, the captain finally wakes up and he realizes him and his crew are not built for this shit. He says they're never going back to the New World and he even thinks about disbanding his pirate crew, which honestly, understandable. If all that happened to me, I would have went back over the Grand Line and just been the East Blue Grim Reaper like Mihawk. But after that, Luffy gets separated from the crew, and the Straw Hats proceed to also get their flag stolen by the same bounty hunters. The reason the bounty hunters are stealing the flags is for their dad, who just likes flags for some reason. But because the Straw Hats are actually real pirates and not scary, they try and get their flag back. While doing this, they get into some fights. they're all boring as hell and like paced really bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. This arc is only like 10 episodes, but trust me, it feels so much longer. The only fight that's even worth watching is Usopp and Sanji versus that couple. And I ain't gonna lie, it's mostly just because Usopp and Sanji are my two favorite characters. But all you need to know is that all the Straw Hats get captured, they break out immediately and go looking for their flag again. But before they find the flag, Luffy fights the main boss named Yukino. Yukino actually has basically the same devil fruit as Oven from Whole Cake. But Luffy beats him and the Straw Hats get their flag back, and the captain of the Phoenix Pirates decides that he doesn't want to be scary anymore, and the arc ends. Thankfully, I ain't gonna hold you, this shit is trash. This arc is boring as hell. I don't know how they made 10 episodes feel like this much of a drag to get through. But after watching both these arcs, do I think that they're bad like everybody says? Yeah, kinda. At least for the Ice Hunters arc, this shit was boring as hell. This shit coming right after what might be the best One Piece arc of all time. It's damn near disrespectful. The Rainbow Mist arc is pretty cool though. I thought it was alright. But now after watching all of the worst filler arcs in the big three, which one do I think has the worst filler? And if I had to put it from 1 being the best and 3 being the worst, it will probably go Bleach, Gap, then One Piece slightly ahead of Naruto. Like the more and more I look back at the Bout arc, it wasn't even that bad. Where the Ice Hunters arc in One Piece is just genuinely garbage. And I'll be honest, I haven't watched Naruto's worst filler arc in like a good 4 years, but I remember that shit being horrible. Maybe one day I'll make a dedicated video for Naruto and Naruto Shippuden's worst arc. I think I need a little break from watching filler though. I'm starting to go a little crazy. But that's the end of the video. I'm in the drive-thru a Burger King. Can I please get a Whopper Jr. with onion rings?